All right, so people have been asking lately, family, friends, people we meet, like what's going on, like what's God's doing in your life. And so let's just do this. So it'll be easier for everybody, right? Okay, so let's go timeline. Hurricane Katrina, August 2005. I got saved right before Katrina. I was 19, 2004. You got saved as like
I was 12, but
life got serious.
Life got serious after Katrina.
After Katrina. I say that because we met right after that. Right after Katrina.
06, I believe, yeah.
Like 2006, we met. Okay. Then after that, I moved out of the country to Mexico and Guatemala for years, and then you were here, but in New Orleans.
Working, family,
all that. Okay. So then fast forward to 2013. Okay. I come back to the States to move back here, but not just single guy now. I have a wife and 2 kids. And I'm kind of like, what do I do church-wise? Because now I got 2 kids.
Right.
And so we started looking for a church that had a really good children's ministry. We found this church, English-speaking church, obviously. My wife at the time didn't speak any English at all. We start going to their Saturday night services. I'm like translating in the back in her ear, like telling her what's going on. And we kind of started talking, we're like, it would be cool to at least start like a small group in Spanish, just to have some community and all those things. And so we started a small group, and then that small group grew to 2 small groups, and then that small group grew to 3 small groups. And then everybody in those small groups were meeting on different nights of the week in different places in the city. And they started saying like, hey, it would be cool if like we could all come together and see each other at some point. So we decided to do like a get together on a Saturday night at this English church. So we did, right? Well, then after, I think like 40, 50 people came, I was like, this is amazing, right? This is great. It's cool to see community. It was great for my wife, my kids, all that. And then the people are like, hey, well, can we do this again? And I'm like, man, I got 3 jobs. I'm going to school full time. Like, I don't have time. Let's do it in a month. Like, that's doable. So another month goes by, we meet again. And then they're like, can we do it again? And I'm like, another month goes by. And then they're like, let's just do it all the time, every week. Like, let's have a service in Spanish at this English church, but we'll just have it in Spanish on another night of the week, Saturday nights. So I'm like, all right. So I actually was leading a worship, preaching, doing everything in Spanish, which is great. It was great. I was happy for my wife, my kids, everybody. But it was a lot. But then those Saturday night services quickly turned into Sunday morning services, and voila, basically we're like a church.
Right.
And I'm a pastor, but it was just like a lot. And so I remember reaching out to you like, hey, I know like, you know, you're a worship leader and you speak Spanish, and your wife, Helen, sings, and you got kids. Our kids are friends. Like, it'd be really cool if we just start like working together, ministering together. That happened, basically. Yeah. Church starts growing, and we needed somebody else to come on to help us. And so through God's amazing plan.
It really started off as a joke.
Yes.
We're like, we need someone older, someone experienced. And I jokingly said, how about my dad?
Yeah.
And then we just called him,
and he was like, yeah, I'd already, like, God has been working on my heart. I know that, like, one of his dreams was to be able to minister alongside his son.
Right.
And so your dad, the famous Jorge Gomez, the famous merengue singer, right, in the 80s. And that's well known here because all the Hondurans.
Right.
And he comes on as co-pastor with me. And with us. And it was amazing. And it's been amazing. He's still with us.
Yeah.
And as time went on, the church grew like 400, 450. I think there were some Sundays where we had like with kids, like 500 people.
Sure, yeah.
Then the pandemic hit. Then a hurricane came here, another one. And things kind of, slowed down and kind of dwindled a little bit. But what was really cool is the people that stayed, those core people, they started asking the question like, hey, we've been doing this for a few years, but like, are we just like a ministry or are we a church? Right. And basically through prayer and through everybody, they were like, why don't we get the English church to send us out as an actual church. Like an autonomous church? And so we prayed about it, talked with it, and now, fast forward now, we've been a autonomous Spanish church for the last 3 months. Our name is Lugar Seguro, which in Spanish is Lugar Seguro. In English, it's safe place. We've been doing this for 3 months. We got a lot of people coming, new people coming. Yeah. But one of the questions that we started to get is we have people who are first generation, even second generation, some that speak Spanish, but they're like, hey, what about my kids and my grandkids and also other family members and even friends that I want to invite to church? What about doing something in English as well? And so you just went through the whole NAM, North American Mission Board evaluation process, and now moving forward, we're going to be launching Safe Place Church in English.
In English, yeah.
But combining the two cultures, and it's gonna be amazing. It is amazing.
Yeah.
People are excited, but I guess the thing that switches it up on everybody that they laugh is what?
The Latino pastor preaching in English and the gringo in Spanish.
Yeah. So I'm the gringo pastor, but I'm the Spanish pastor, and you're the Honduran Spanish
Honduran
pastor, and you're the English
Right.
speaking pastor. And our people are excited about it, and I'm excited about what God's gonna do. And I feel like some crazy, amazing things
God things
are coming up.